Hello guys, and welcome to our fifth PHP tutorial for beginners. In this tutorial we're gonna go over the for loop. So I have created, as you see here, a .php file. I call it tutorial 5. Again, that's in my htdocs tutorials folder under the exam server here. I will just need to go ahead and start this very quickly. Let me go ahead and start my server here. Now that I've done that, go back to my document here, and let's go ahead and get started with our tutorial. I want to keep it as short as possible and to the point. Okay, so for loop. We start by typing for. I'm going to declare a variable here. Let's call it variable I. I'm going to set it equal to 0. Now I'm going to set I. I'm going to make it less than 10. If you do not understand from right from the bat, I'm gonna go over it, so do not worry at all. Alright, so inside this for loop here, simply gonna use the echo to print something out. Echo is from our previous tutorial. This is how we print anything to our browser within our browser window. So in this, I'm just gonna print out something. I'm gonna say let's just put count. I'm gonna put a count here, and I'm gonna count I. So I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put a dot here, and I'm gonna put a semicolon. Okay. So what are we doing here? This is simply a for loop in PHP. So what does this do here? So we declare the variable I. Here's our variable declaration. I equals to 0. We're setting I to be 0. Here's our conditional. Within our for loop, we have three separate things here. So we have our declaration of the variable so we are initializing the variable to be 0. We're declaring it and initializing it to 0. In here, in our center here, we have the conditional statement where we are checking for something, for a condition to be met. So we're making sure is I less than 0. And in our third part here, we are incrementing I. That way, every time we go around the loop, I will be different. So our declaration part will happen initially once the for loop executes for the first time. I will be set to 0. Once we go around the loop once, I will not be set again. I will become 1, and then 2 and 3 and so on until this condition fails and we get out of the loop. What should we expect to see in the echo statement here? So we should see count starting with 0 here. So we should see 0, 1. So we should see 0 through 9, which is 10, right? 0 through 9, which is basically we're counting up to 10. In order, and I will show you how we can fix that. Basically, count from 1 to 10. Okay, so let's go ahead here. I'm opening Google Chrome. I'm going to navigate my browser here. I'm going to type localhost tutorials directory, and under here I will have tutorial 5.php. Okay, so we have something wrong in our line 3 here. Let me go back here. So line 3, for variable I equals 0, I plus. In here I put I forgot to put the $sign, and also here I forgot to put the $sign, as well as here. So don't forget to do that, guys. That's very important. Let's refresh this, and we see here count 0, 1. So let's fix that a little bit. Let's format the output here. So I'm going to say count equals and 1, and I'm going to concatenate this, and I'm going to leave another space here. Now this should make it look a little nicer. Actually, let's go ahead and put a break here. That way we display each count in a different line. So as we hear here, count equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 9. So basically we're going around this for loop 10 times. Now how can we see 1 through 10? Simply just do I plus 1 when you print it out. That will start from 1 and go to 10. That makes a little more sense. Okay, so we missed something in line 5 here. So simply let's put this inside parentheses, and let's refresh this guy. So we see here our count going from 1 through 10, just like we expected, as we're going for the first loop. So let's go over the loop here one more time. So we are initializing, and we are declaring a variable called I, and we're initializing it to 0. We have our conditional. Our conditional is that I must be less than 10. and every time we go around the loop we increment I by 1. So let's go ahead and start here. In the beginning it will be 0, and we're gonna echo out count equals 0 plus 1, which will be 1. As we see here, it's 1, and so on. And once we reach I being 10 here, so let's say it was 9, so once we come here we're gonna come count equals 9 plus 1, that will be 10. Then we go around the loop, so once I was 9, and then I becomes 10. Once we go around the loop again, this condition will fail, so we'll get out of the loop, and that way we're not going to see here I plus 1, which would be 11. So we see 0 through 10. So out here we see 0 through 10 printed out inside our browser. So this was a simple tutorial going over the for loop, guys. I hope you liked it. If you have a question, please do not hesitate to leave a comment or send me a message. Again, thank you for watching, and if you haven't watched my other tutorials or subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do that. It really means a lot. So thank you for watching this one again, guys, and I will be back very soon with another tutorial. Again, thank you for watching.